Sports with strawberry ice. Sports with strawberry ice came to play. Sports with strawberry ice and play. Energy's pure delight. Every touchdown, every goal. Sports with strawberry ice. With strawberry ice, here to stay, covering Hood Gang Nation. Bearcat Country.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm here with the Iceman, Jeff Trunapole, and as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio. And as always, I'm coming to you live from the Ice Cave, and the Ice Cave is brought to you by Priority Lawn and Landscaping. Like I said, it is hot as hell out there. You don't want to cut your grass. You don't want to go mulch your flower beds or weed eat or do any of those other lawn or landscaping jobs you've been putting off because, like I said, it's too hot. Well, don't do them. Give Priority Lawn and Landscaping a shot. Give them a call at 513-430-6114. That's 513-430-6114. You can also follow them on Facebook. I always recommend that so you can check out the jobs they've done. And when you do message them or call them, do me a favor. Tell Johnny you heard about them from Sports with Strawberry Ice. Now, I got to put this out there. Orlando might get a kick out of this. I don't know. But I'm in the Celebrities Softball Classic, which I don't consider myself a celebrity. Orlando Brown is way bigger celebrity than I am. But I think they're scraping the bottom of the barrel when they asked me to do this. But I'm going to be participating in the 35th Celebrity Softball Classic, July 17th at the Montreal Stadium. Get your tickets at the Celebrity Softball Classic. Hopefully, I'll go there and not hurt myself or not embarrass myself. Would be great. What's up to everybody in the chat? We had Chris in there, Strangers in there, Robert's in there, Tony Blaze in, and Divine Thoughts is in there. What is up? All right. So it seems like you guys are here. Like, why is Ice on at 1? Well, when you got a Pro Bowl, Super Bowl champion, left tackle from your Cincinnati Bengals who says he wants to come on your show at 1 o'clock. You're like, all right, cool. So I need a co-host. So I figured I'd go out and reach out to Game On and see what he thought. So let's bring on Game On, which I didn't even bring his. I did all this. There it is. I got to get his intro. Here's Game On. What's up, Game On?
What's going on, Iceman? I am ready for this day.
Exactly. See, I got all excited about Orlando. I made sure I got his intro and everything that I'm like talking about you and going, oh crap, where the hell's Game On? But let's get to the 4-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champion from your Cincinnati Bengals, Orlando. What's up, Orlando?
Yes, sir. What's happening, man? It's we kind of long overdue. I
Hell
appreciate
yeah,
you having me on.
We were just talking about the jersey. I got the funny story about this jersey is you signed with the Bengals and you hadn't picked your jersey yet. And my kids, for my birthday, bought me a Bengals jersey. I'm like, well, what number do you want? I said, 75, because that's the year I was born. And then it turned out that's your number. I'm like, hell yeah. So I got you signed down there on at the Holy Grail about, like I said, 3 years ago, which I can't believe it's been that long ago, dude.
I know, man. I know. Time just flies, right? That's crazy, you know. And then your kids, you choose number 75, and I got it, man. That's divine reason right there.
Exactly. Now I do want to talk numbers here because you did have 57. Is that number was that meaningful to you, or you decided to change it up when you got to Cincinnati, or they wouldn't let you have 57 because it's a low number for offensive linemen here?
Yeah, man. I wore 78. So it's crazy. I have a crazy story in numbers, but I wore 77 my freshman year of high school. 75 was the number I wore my 10th grade year. It's the last number my dad actually ever seen me in.
Okay.
And so, I've always liked it because, some of the greats like Jonathan Ogden have worn it. You know what I mean? It's a reputable number. And so I always respected the number, if that makes sense. And then 57, I chose 57 because 78 was retired in Kansas City too because of Bobby Bill.
Yep.
So I really wanted 78, but it was retired. So I settled with 57 because my dad was 51 in college.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean that was really it. And I wore 78 really all through high school after my 10th grade year. I mean, my dad passed away September 23rd, 2011, and the irony of it is crazy because he wore 78.
Mhm.
I'll never forget the kid that was wearing 78 actually quit. And so the following week, 78 was available. So I wore that all the way until I got to Kansas City.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. Well, I like it. 75 is my favorite number for
Yeah.
you because that's the one that's in stripes. So I like that one.
Oh,
Game
yeah.
on. What do you got for Zeus here?
Man, I've already said it, man. I'm a fan, and I love our team, and you represent our team the right way. I thought you would have had an All-Pro year last year if we would have stayed healthy, but we'll get it this
Happening
year,
this year.
right?
Happening this
Yeah,
year.
that's
Happening
absolutely
this
man.
year, 100%, and we're getting
Yeah.
that Super Bowl too, right?
Oh yeah, and that's what's been most important to us as a team, man. Especially the players, just really committing to that goal and doing what it takes on a daily, doing it together to make sure we're able to make sure that happens here.
By the way, Ronnie Wrong wants me to tell you. He says, "What's up?" He's originally from Cincinnati.
Yeah.
He's out in Arizona, but actually he's in Cincinnati this weekend. So he DM me. He's like, "Please tell Orlando I said what's up." I said, "I'll make
All
sure."
right.
He
Tell
says,
us
"What's up?"
that.
All right, so you got a new offensive line coach here this year, Scott Peters, and
Yeah.
I'm really curious about this with his MMA background. Like, are you guys like you guys got an MMA cage in there in the Paycor? You guys going at it? Doing hand to hand combat or
It,
how,
we are.
are you? How's he working that in? I'm curious about that.
Yeah. No, he's got an extremely unique way of implementing a lot of his unique techniques. And so whether that be the way he says it, the language that he uses, the way that he teaches it, in terms of specifics to using your scap when punching, he's got a very, very unique and super crafty style of coaching in those areas, man. And it's been a really fun off season. I can't wait for training camp to be able to get some live reps with shoulder pads on and be able to get coached from that perspective too. But so far, man, I mean, I would tell you it's been great. We are doing hand-to-hand combat stuff against each other. It's me and Mims over there practically wrestling and fitting our hands, and it's been awesome though. It's been really good and fun.
Yeah, that's one thing that I am so curious about with Peters is how he's going to put that in because I mean MMA and wrestling in general and offense line I think go hand in hand with the leverage, hand placement, stuff like that. I think it's really cohesive, and I'm really curious how you guys are going to implement that compared to what you had before. Because I think this is outside the box thinking. I think as far as offensive line coaching goes, it's more of a new way of coaching it. Am I correct in that?
Yeah, you are, man. I've never really been around a coach with this type of background. Normally it is hate to call it cookie cutter, but somewhat two-hand punch, or I want you to single hand punch like this. Scott's doing a great job really breaking it down, and I guess the attention to detail, it's all been there. And so he's made it easy to learn from him.
I want to see the cage match between you and Mims. That's what I want. Dude, you can make that a pay per view.
We could.
So go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. So Scott being a younger coach, right? Does that resonate with the players a little bit more? A guy that maybe was more recent and has newer of a way of thinking of things and has this like innovative approach versus maybe the kind of the same old old school way of doing things.
Yeah,
You think there's a huge difference there?
Yeah, I think the benefit of it too is creating a sense of togetherness. With Scott's age and Mike McCarthy, who's our assistant offensive line coach, just how they are, how unique they are in terms of the personalities in the O line room, and how easy it is for them to relate to us. I think it's been great, and it's brought in a sense of togetherness for us. And I think we were missing that a little bit in our room. And Scott and Mike have done a great job, man. We even had an offensive line dinner right there to end
I
OTAs.
bet that was expensive.
Oh man, I'm not joking, man. We went to MLTs. We probably ate 300 plus wings.
Damn.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
MOCs. That's where I had my draft party at. That's a good
yeah,
place.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love
It is.
MOCs. Hey, Dale Altman here, and you were on his show a couple months ago from Bengals and Brews. Shout
Mhm.
out to them. He's got a question for you. He said, "What is your impression of Dylan Fairchild so far?"
Oh man, Dylan is awesome. I'm really excited for him because he's a hard worker. He works his ass off. He cares a lot about the game. And the day-to-day, seeing how much better he got over the course of this offseason too. That's really what sticks out to me, man. Similar to Mims as he came in his rookie year. Just a guy that understands he's got a really high standard for himself, that's willing to go above and beyond to make sure he meets that standard. And he really loves the game. And so that's what I'm excited for though, man. With Dylan is, obviously Dylan's in his rookie year. It's gonna be growing pains, but he's fit for the battle.
Now I want to go back to the wings over there at MLTs. Like
Mhm.
who if you guys had a chicken wing eating contest, which I mean, if it's offensive lineman, you all could throw down there. Who are you the champion, or who could throw down there on the offensive line?
Man, we got some guys that can eat, but I'm telling you right now, man, Dylan can eat.
Really? All right, the rookie.
Dylan
Okay.
Dylan can eat. But we got some he got some competition, but Dylan can eat.
Dude, I can see you guys there, and there's just mounds of just chicken bones
Yeah.
everywhere. You guys just
Yeah,
destroy
yeah, like
them.
actually,
Yeah.
If you were to put an over/under on it, like what would be the number that?
as an individual, I could eat.
Yeah, well, what's your
Yeah.
record? What's the most you put down as far as chicken wings go?
I mean, I don't know if I've ever had more than like 20 in a sitting.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot, though.
That's a
You know what I mean?
lot.
That's
Well,
a lot.
it also depends on the wings. Like if you go to B
Yeah.
Dubs, I love
Right.
B Dubs, but their wings are kind of small. But if
Yeah,
you go to different MOTs, they got some pretty good sized wings. So I do think it depends on that too as well.
hell yeah.
But man, I would love to see the competition there. That would be good. Just get back to your O-line teammates there. I know like I said, we talked about we were hanging out down there a couple years ago at Holy Grail. Teddy K, that dude he's been on my show a couple of times. He's down, did my show live at the Des Moines Lager House this year. It was awesome. Just talk about Teddy K and what he means to that offensive line room.
Oh man, he means so much, you know what I mean? And it's funny because, Ted has such a unique personality. He is such a unique person. I think he's, obviously he was one of the first people to contact me when I signed here, and getting to know him over the course of my career here has been special. But Ted is awesome, man. And as everybody knows, we joke around and say we call him the mayor of Cincinnati in the locker room.
He is, dude.
Yeah, and he is, man. He is. He's very well connected, and he's worked so hard to get to this point in life, man. And in my opinion, there's nobody more deserving of the respect that he gets to him. So, man, I love Teddy K to death, and he means so much to our room.
Exactly. Now, go ahead, Gabe. I guess.
Well, I was going to ask. So we lose one 10-year vet in Alex Kappa, right? But we gain another 10-year vet in Lucas Patrick. Talk about Lucas Patrick. I think a lot of people are, they're kind of down on that signing, or some Bengals fans are like, well, he's not the, PFF means so much to individuals. Talk about Lucas Patrick, the player, and what he means to the team.
Oh man, it means so much, man. Luke has been another guy that's come in who also has had an extremely unique way to get to this point in his career. Being undrafted. I mean, and he's another guy that's a hard worker, always had to prove himself. He's been through the ringer somewhat, but
Right.
Luke's been great, man. He's come in right away, hit the ground running. He's played football in the NFL so long. I mean, there is no concept that's new to him. You know what I mean? he just has to rememorize how we call it, and it's that simple and that easy for him. So, but Luke's been awesome, man. I would tell you, a lot of times putting stock, especially in offensive line play in the PFF, those things get tricky because there isn't the same it isn't the same person grading every offensive lineman.
Right.
There is a different person and a
Mhm.
different set of eyes grading every offensive lineman every week or however they do it. So,
Right.
it's the guy that watches the film on Christian Darrisaw isn't the same guy that watches the film on me.
So basically, what PFF is bullshit. Is basically what you're saying.
Yeah. You know what, man? I would sit there and I would tell you, yeah, it is bullshit. Because no matter how good or bad you are,
Right.
I think the eye in the sky doesn't lie, man. And unfortunately, you can't. I've never heard a guy bring up his PFF grade on the field. So I've been in the league for 8 years. I've never heard a guy bring his PFF grade up, but he will
That'd be
talk about how you might have got dogged the previous week on tape. So
Right.
right.
that's just
Right.
yeah.
That might be some weird
Yeah.
trash talk. Well, my PFF grade was this last week. F you.
Yeah, no, it's minimal to us, man. It don't mean much to us.
Exactly. Now, I want to talk about the other rookie, Rivers. Like I said, I told you this. You are the biggest damn human I've ever stood next to in my life. Rivers is freaking ginormous. And he's now. I don't think he got a lot of time in the OTAs at guard, but he played guard in college, and I think he can move in guard. And potentially he could be our swing tackle, or eventually maybe a starting guard for us eventually. What's your thoughts on him? Because there are some Bengals fans, including myself, that are kind of excited about him.
Yeah, no, man. I mean, he's to be honest with you, I mean, he's ready made. Like I'm excited for him in the preseason to put some of this stuff on tape so other teams can see, what we got in him. Because he's really special. Like he's got great poise, great confidence. He comes from a military family, so obviously that says a lot about
Right.
his character and personality, so and how he was raised, man. But he's very much about his business, and he's another guy that's come in right away and been really well. But he's gonna be successful in this league for a long time.
Awesome. Like I said, I'm excited about him. I just I mean, I didn't really know who he was till I started doing some digging. Actually, and my buddy Dale from Bengals Brewers really gave me some stuff about him, and I'm really excited. Not that he's going to start, which hey, maybe he could. I don't know. I'm not saying yes or no, but I mean, I can see him being a future starting guard for us on this offensive line. And now, dude, if we have him, Mims, and you on the
That's a
same
big group,
offensive
man.
line, dude,
Yeah.
we'd have the fucking biggest offensive line in the NFL.
Oh yeah, no, that's a big group, man. But Jalen's awesome, bro. He's awesome.
Exactly. All right, man. So you've been here 3 years now, and back when you got signed, I told you this a couple times, but the night you got signed, I freaked the F out. Couldn't believe we got you. And I went live on my show, and I'm celebrating signing you. I was excited as hell to get you here. What made you pick Cincinnati? And what's your favorite part about the city itself? What makes you like Cincinnati so much?
Yeah, it's funny because I remember one of the first things I told I was telling the Bengals when I first signed here is I've played here. I played in Cincinnati probably 7 or 8 times up until that point in my 6 year when I signed here. And I never saw the sun here. Every time I played here, it was cloudy or it was cold as hell or it was nighttime. Like I never see it.
Like, do they have the sun in Cincinnati? Does it exist?
Yeah, I'm like, does the sun shine in Cincinnati? So I did not know much about the city necessarily and in totality what it had to offer. But I love everything, as once I did my research, started doing my research, man, as I was breaking things down in free agency, I knew that was going to be happening, man. I knew this was an opportunity I didn't want to miss out on, obviously with Joe Burrow at the quarterback position, man, everything that he's done in his career since he's been in the league. Then on top of that, you got Jamar, you got T, you got my man Joe Mix at the time that we came out of high school and went to Oklahoma together. my man Cody told me he's planning on taking a visit and signing. So, I think a lot of things came together on those side of things, and on top of that, the schematic part of football as well really made the most sense to me. Just looking and seeing what guys like Andrew Whitworth had done in this type of system under Sean McVay in LA, David Bakhtiari with Mike McDaniel in Green Bay, and I thought about that. I did a lot of research and looking into the trajectory of those guys' careers, and everything made the most sense to me. The way that it would unfold with me being a Bengal for the rest of my career.
Now, what's your favorite part about living in Cincinnati? You got
Yeah.
you got a spot you like going to? Is it the
Man.
the weather? We actually have the sun, so you
Yeah.
prefer the sun does come out here.
A little too hot
The
this
sun
week.
is out today.
Yeah.
A little too
Oh,
hot
dude,
this week.
the sun is, dude. I'm glad you and I have a training camp right now, dude.
Yeah.
I would be melting out there watching you guys right now.
Yeah, don't you worry. It's gonna be so
Oh,
hot this summer. I already know it is. It's gonna be hot.
Oh yeah.
trust me, you'll be looking over at me. I'll be like, hi, and I'm just pouring sweat. And you guys are out there working, but I'm just standing there. Sweating. Anyway, what's your favorite part about the city?
Man, it's hard for me to pinpoint that. To be honest with you, it's like the weirdest emotional connection I've ever had with a city. And for me, I really like the people here. I really feel like, man, it's got that southern feel, that southern hospitality feel with the East Coast feel of, like, man, we don't take no shit, but we
No.
will take, well, we will we will tell you thank you and sorry, like.
Right. We're opening
Right.
doors.
Right.
Yeah. And so I really like that aspect of things here. And so obviously got that, man. I think it's a ton of stuff to do here with my kids, whether that be the zoo, Kings Island, Aquarium in Kentucky,
Yep.
all the Children's Museum. And you're close too. One of my favorite parts too is you're so close to other big cities. Like,
Yeah.
if I want to go
Yeah.
to Chicago, or if I want to go to Columbus, or Nashville, Cleveland, all of these places are really close.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I got to ask this question, and you might have answered it before. I don't know, but are you a Skyline Chili guy or Gold Star, or you don't
Oh
like
yeah.
it at all?
Oh hell yeah, bro. That Skyline Chili that's some good shit.
Orlando's one of us. I knew it.
Yeah, no, that's
Let's
some
go.
good shit. No, that's some good shit, man. I like Skyline Chili. I really do. It's funny. I I tried it for the first time. It was catered at the facility,
Okay.
and I liked it. But
Yeah.
I was like, man, I was like, this can't. It's got to be better than this because it's catered. So
Yeah.
so I actually went in a Skyline and got some Coney dogs, man, and shit. I came away like, damn.
Hey,
I said, okay,
you gotta get Joe on that. Joe's from Ohio, and he don't
yeah.
like the Cincinnati chili. Like,
Yeah, Joe ain't eating no damn Skyline chili, man. Joe ain't eating no Skyline chili,
dude,
man.
dude,
I respect
bro, you mean we go to Skyline? We can crush the chili dogs together. That I freaking love Skyline. That's some good stuff there.
You can understand though, like growing up as a kid, this is like the first thing your parents like introduced to you food wise. And then like it's like a twice a week type thing for families in Cincinnati. Like the stuff is just like crack. We crave it.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It
And
is.
so I mean, I still to this day I go twice a week to Skyline. It's
Man,
that good for
I
me.
feel you, man. It is extremely tasty. I really like. I like the coney. That's what I
Yeah.
prefer, man. The
And-
coney are really good.
And the thing is, like you said about Cincinnati people, like I say, I feel like that. I think you're one of us, and when you're one of us, we got your back no matter what, dude. And that's one thing that I like about the city. And as growing up as a Bengals fan, like I grew up through the '90s. Like the '90s was not very good being a Bengals fan. If you made it through the '90s Bengals, you are a loyal person in general. And I always say this: it's Who Dey Nation versus everybody. So that's one thing I like when you came here. I think you opened your arms up to the city. You felt like you were already part of one of us. That's what the vibe I got from you the first time I met you.
Yeah, and it's interesting you say that, man, because that was just kind of how I felt too. I think I was at that point in time in a different point in my career, man, and coming into my own, I would say. yeah, I mean, the city took me in so gracefully. I mean, they've made it easy for me, and man, I'm so thankful that it was here. You know, I could have been in some shitty situations, and
You could have been
I'm
stuck in
just
Kansas City still. I mean, geez.
yeah, I hear you. I hear you, man. No, I really am, man. I'm in the best situation for myself and my kids.
Absolutely. Now, I got a question. Dale, I want to know, have you been made up to Midwest barbecue yet? Midwest best barbecue. Sorry, I said it right.
Man, I feel like, is that the place T word T
Yeah,
it
Yeah.
is?
Corey and
Corey Dillon's been up there. T's been up there.
Yeah.
Can't tell. Britt's been up there. They got
Ted goes up there. Ted's
Ted,
up there.
Ted's been up there. Yeah, it's out
Yeah.
on the east side.
I feel like I might have had it at some point in time.
Yeah, we gotta get you out there, dude. They're
Yeah.
It's an awesome family owned and run business. They're huge Bengals fans. So yeah, we gotta get you out there sometime. And they have Dillinator wings after Corey Dillon. They have CTB wings after Cam Taylor Britt. They got Uno wings.
Oh, snap.
Maybe we should get some Zeus wings.
Yeah, we might have to do that at some point in time. We might have to make that happen.
Oh yeah, Dale's right. The Grippo wings, they're legit, dude.
Okay.
If you like Grippo potato chips,
Grippos?
yes.
Are you a Grippos fan, Orlando?
I do, man. I do. I like that. You got their barbecue is really good, and then there's what's the sweet onion? It's like a garlic sweet onion. Or something.
Yeah.
Man, you're making a fat guy hungry, dude.
Yeah,
Lunchtime.
I
I'm
hear
gonna go eat here.
I hear you, man.
So, talking about your time at Oklahoma, did you ever play Cincinnati when you were at Oklahoma?
No, we were. They weren't in the Big 12 at the time.
Right.
Yeah.
I knew because Sam Bradford, because you were there with Baker, not Sam Bradford. Bradford was before Baker.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Because I remember whenever this was, they were down at Paul Brown Paycor Stadium, and Oklahoma took on UC. We lost. Oklahoma won.
Yeah, maybe Travis Kelce was on that team.
Yeah, I think so. I think he might have been. Yeah,
I think he might have told me that at one point in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of just Oklahoma, why did you end up going to Oklahoma, and what was your experience like there playing college football there?
Oh man, it was. I mean, that was a big part of the foundation that needed to take place. I think for me to become who I am as a pro. And at Oklahoma, man, we had a very high standard. My offensive line coach had a very high standard for us, man. It's crazy. Everywhere I've played with a teammate from that room, whether that be Ben Powers in Baltimore, Creed Humphrey in Kansas City, and Cody here. And practically every year I've been in the NFL, I've had an O-line teammate from Oklahoma that I was at school with during that time.
That's cool.
Or offensive player, one of the two. So, but it was so special, man. Really, really great place. It made a man out of me. I loved it so much though. But the reason I ended up going there was it was actually really crazy story. Long story short, I qualified late through the NCAA because of my grades.
Mm-hmm.
I graduated high school. I ended up graduating high school a month after everybody else. So I didn't even report to campus till 2 days before training camp.
Oh, damn.
And man. So it was a situation where Bob Stoops knew that I was going to be a late qualifier. Tennessee had taken my scholarship 2 days before signing day, and I got on the phone with Coach Stoops. My high school head coach was like, "Where do you want to go?" I had never visited Oklahoma. They had never come to visit me. All I knew is what they had put into the NFL, and I mean, truly, it was one of the biggest leaps of faith I ever took in my life, but the best decision I ever made. So,
that's all. You got any crazy Baker Mayfield stories?
Yeah, man. I'll tell you this one. My man Bake. So, I had in college, I had a 1999 Toyota 4Runner. Okay.
Ooh. All right.
My big ass had a Toyota 4Runner. I put like $1,200 down, and I had this car probably had 200,000 miles on it, man. And my car note a month was $100, and so my car note a month is $100. So I just let it build up like a damn 19-year-old. So they come snatch my car while I'm at practice.
Oh no.
I'm like, oh shit. So they snatched my car, and I told Bake, I said, Bake, man, listen, they evicted my car. You show up with me, bro. They gonna give me this damn car back, whether I give them this cash right now or not.
Right,
So I
right.
need to take me to get my car. And the guy gonna shake your hand and all of that. You know what I mean? So Bake was like, hell yeah, bro, let's do it. So he actually took me over there to get my car, and let's just say I got my car back without
Hey,
having to give any cash right
That's
away.
awesome,
it,
dude. That is so cool.
Yeah.
it's good to know people in high places, brother.
It is. It really is.
Let me ask you about your process.
Yeah.
So, what are some things that are really important to you in order to be ready on Sunday that maybe a younger individual can take and they can start doing at a young age in order to prepare for games?
It's a lot, man. It's a lot for me. And that's for good reason. The way that I see it is I I I take practice very seriously. I take the walkthroughs very seriously. For me, that was a point that I didn't always do that. I would just roll out there on Sundays, and I would half-ass practice all week, and then just get in a rhythm. Come Sunday, but by the time you really just get in a rhythm on Sunday, it's just damn near November. You know what I mean? And so.
Right, right, right.
So I would always get off to these late starts, and I would struggle with that, and so for me, man, I take practice very seriously. That's a really big important part for me is being able to go out there, fundamentally be sound and be consistent. So that I'm building that muscle memory, continue to build that muscle memory, mask the muscle memory, you know what I mean? Callous it. So, because when it's time on game time, man, I'm not thinking about nothing.
Right.
I'm not, my mindset, everything for me out that at that point, it is all of it's a feel. You know what I mean? I've played enough football in my career, in my lifetime, to tell you that if I see a shoulder coming to me and it's soft and I see it moving away, it's most likely going to be a spin move inside. So, I've developed that over the years, and I believe I'm a big believer in preparation.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What was your welcome to NFL moment? You got one there like, oh shit. I can't
Yeah,
believe that just
yeah, yeah.
happened.
Hell yeah, man. Joe Hayden lit my ass up. I pulled around on the
Quarterback?
toss.
The quarterback lit your ass up.
Yeah, he lit me up, bro. That shit he say I lift weights, he mean that shit. Yeah, I pulled around on the toss crack, man, and man, when I tell you he hit me so hard in the middle of my chest, I mean I couldn't believe that shit. Yeah, he laid me out in front of Mike Tomlin too. I'll never forget.
No. You're like, all right,
Yeah,
I ain't taking nobody lightly now.
It's
yeah,
not the size, man. It's the force. It's the
yeah.
force, you
Oh,
know?
for sure. Cause he got underneath me. My shoulder was numb. The shit was tingling. I got up like it was no problem. You couldn't really tell on film, but that was crazy for me.
Now, one question I have about the offense in general, right? Under Pollock, we did like a lot of pulling, guard pulling, tackle pulling, right? We had crackbacks. We had all these different things where guys were in motion, right, in order to open up those lanes. Well, how do you see it with Peters? Is there going to be a similar concept, or are we moving to something completely different?
Yeah, I can't give it away
I
because I
can't
would
give
tell
it.
you
Okay.
because I would tell you
Can't give
just
away
just how
trade
you,
secrets there, game on. Come on
yeah,
now.
just have your popcorn ready because some of this shit you about to see is it's gonna be what you guys been looking for, and I'll just leave it
I'm
at that.
like ice.
Yeah.
I'm up on the bridge. I'm watching everything. I'm telling everybody, okay, cover 2, cover 1. This is who's telling
Hell
the safety.
yeah.
You're inside. He's outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm usually just up on the bridge going, Orlando, come on my podcast.
Oh man.
All right,
That's great.
Orlando. What does left tackle mean to you? Because I know when you're in Baltimore, you're playing right. They had established left tackle. That's why you moved on to Kansas City. But what does left tackle mean to you?
Yeah, man. Left tackle means a lot to me, man. My something my dad always expressed to me was be better than me. He was a right tackle in this league for 13 years, and They always groom me to play the left tackle position. It's where I'm most comfortable. I'm left eye dominant. I'm left handed.
Mhm.
I'm just more comfortable there. And I said,
Right.
if I were to get into a street fight, I'd be in a southpaw stance. And so that's just what's most comfortable for me. And it means a lot because the history of the left tackle position. I mean, as we know, it's some of the most prominent players to ever grace a football field.
Yeah, our first Hall of Famer was a left tackle here, at the great
Yes,
Anthony
it was.
Munoz. So
Yeah.
that's gotta mean something to play the same position as Anthony Munoz did.
Yeah, it does, man. It's crazy. I actually got a Anthony Munoz signed picture hanging up here in my office. I got a signed picture of Walter Jones in here as well. So yeah, man. I mean, Anthony Munoz was the first. He was the first of his kind of our kind. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? In terms
yeah,
of the big cat guy, the guy that's big as hell and can move like a
Mhm.
cat. So
Exactly.
Right.
All right, so Joe Burrow was at Fanatics Fest, and I don't know if you saw the video or not, but he's kind of went viral where he was throwing baseballs at a
yeah,
target, and
yeah, I
he
saw that.
didn't do. Like, I guess throwing a football is different than throwing a baseball. I'm just going. Are you guys going to give him some crap about that when it comes back to the training camp? Like, yo, glad you're quarterback. You're not a pitcher.
To be honest with you, man, I would mess with him about it, but it's some of the things I see him do with a football. He gets some grace from me because I can't. He taught me how to throw. Him and Ted taught me how to throw a football 2 years ago, so I won't be saying shit. But everybody else, they might be saying something, but I won't be saying anything.
You see, Taylor Lewan was celebrating when Joe did that because he had a pretty bad one at the Cubs game the week
Oh
prior.
yeah, I saw
You
that. Yeah, I
saw
saw
that one? Oh my gosh.
that. That's great.
Yeah.
Wing's got a question here. I think it's a good one. What is your favorite thing or best memory of your dad?
Best memory, man. I got so many memories. Um, I'm trying to think of a really good one. I would tell you one of the. This is great. So, we were. He was retired at this point in time for uh I'm gonna say 5 years. 5 years at this time he had been retired.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna state the player's name, but they've got us in the tunnel pregame.
Okay.
And my dad, like we're just there as fans. And my dad's in the tunnel pregame and he's fired up. And one of the guys goes, "Come on, Zeus, hit me right." My dad's in street clothes. And he hits this guy so hard, he gives him a fucking concussion. The guy has a concussion. And I was like, I think I might have been 10 years old, 9 years old at the time. And I remember I was like, oh shit. And the guy, like, I did yeah, turn, let's go. Bad shoulder pad punch and punched him in his chest, and the guy hit the wall behind him. I was like, oh. And I remember Ozzie Newsome was like, "You're not allowed down here anymore. You're not coming down here pregame anymore." And that was pretty funny, man. That was one of the ones that was, I think, really explains a lot about who he was.
Now, how did your dad get the nickname Zeus? Where did that come from?
Yeah, in college, man. He just on campus. He was shit, he ran shit. He ran it on campus, man. He was the guy, and so at South Carolina State, man, they somewhat treated him like a god, they would say. So they just start
Hey,
calling him Zeus.
as big as he is, it sounds like he just give a guy a concussion. He's got football pads on. Yeah, I don't think I'd mess with him either.
Yeah, yeah,
That guy never went back for another hit again. He was like, I'm done. That's
yeah.
it. I'm going to somebody else next
Yeah,
time.
exactly. I ain't touching. I ain't messing with Zeus. Fuck that. I'm good. All right, so I've seen some of your tattoos. I keep seeing the one now.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Like, what is that? Why do you have that on there?
Yeah, man. I mean, to make sure I'm not procrastinating, the time is now. You know what I mean? I got this on me. What is that? Probably like 2019. So yeah,
Awesome.
man. I it was just always a message to myself, making sure I'm not over here procrastinating.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So you got other tattoos that mean anything that are kind of cool?
Yeah, so many, man. I got Bruce Lee on here, as you think so shall become in Cantonese. I would write that on my tape when I was in college my last year. It was just I don't know, it just got me through games. And so, I know we can't write on our tape on this level, so it was actually like a birthday treat to myself when I got drafted.
That's
Uh
cool.
Wow.
yeah, I've got all my tattoos are pretty meaningful to me, but those two probably are up there for me.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've got two of them, and to me, I'm like, there's people get tattoos just to get tattoos. I'm like, if I'm gonna put something on me like that, it's gotta mean something. I got the Cincy tattoo over here from Teddy K.
Oh,
So
hell yeah.
I'm gonna do what I want to do around is put the Cincinnati skyline above it, and then Reds, Bengals, Bearcats on either of those. But my eventual plan to do, but I haven't done it yet. But that's something that to me like tattoos are permanent, man. You better really want to have those things on there. So I
Yeah.
always think it's cool because most people have a reason that they're doing that. So I'm always curious what the stories are behind the tattoos and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think the funniest story, tattoo story, man. I play with a guy. Uh, Everybody gonna know him, Kyle Long, and
Yeah.
his brother Chris Long was in
Uh-huh.
Philadelphia. And gosh, man, I can't remember the coach's name right now, but I'm just gonna say it was a 60-year-old white man,
All right.
and uh, Chris Long made a bet early that offseason they won the Super Bowl. He would get his face tatted on him. And
Oh, jeez.
so they won the Super Bowl in Philly.
Oh
And
no.
yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think it's Chris Long, and then he's got a picture of on his back. He's got a the portrait
Oh
of his coach, man, which is
No
pretty
way.
funny. Yeah, yeah. He
That's
made a comment.
crazy.
Yeah, he made a comment about his wife seeing it every morning. So
Oh my God.
yeah, this is crazy.
That's
Man.
life changing,
It
bro.
oh
I mean,
is.
my goodness.
he's his coach, right? So he's
Yeah.
definitely like, mentor, inspirational person in his life. So maybe it's okay, but wow.
Yeah.
But dude,
Yeah.
so crazy thing I heard. Right, so people play fantasy football, and
Yeah.
sometimes they have, they'll have trophies for who wins, but they'll also have like the worst player in the league. They got to go do something embarrassing or something like that. I saw a story where they had to go get the worst tattoos ever. Like there was one with a half shark and a half truck or something like that, like on his thigh. I'm like, dude, there's no way I'm putting a freaking tattoo like that because I lost damn fantasy football.
Yeah.
They're
No.
like, that's crazy, dude. I'm like, some of these people take this stuff way too seriously. I'm like, hey, I love the Bengals. I can't say I would be willing to do that. I might be willing to put a tattoo on my face if they win Super Bowl. I can't say I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But I don't think my wife would be too keen on that.
I hear you. Yeah. No, I hear you on that.
All right, so what's it like playing for Coach Taylor? What's he like? I've met him a couple times. He seems like a great dude, but you see him every day. What's Zach like?
Zach is awesome, man. He's so he's really personable. He's easy to talk to, and the thing that I love about him the most is he's not scared to try something new, to take somebody else's perspective, to ask a question about a scheme or something related in the building. He's always looking to grow and get better. And he's an alpha male. His peers respect the hell out of him, man. He's my favorite coach I play for. So, I always make the joke, man. I would
That's a
kill.
big statement right there because you played
Yeah.
some pretty good ones right there.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I have, man. I played for some amazing coaches. But I would tell you I've got a much better relationship with Zach Taylor than I did the other two. So man, he's been very much influential and a ton of help for my career.
Yeah, a lot of things I've heard is,
And I feel like
once you guys. Oh, go ahead, game on. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I feel like you embody, what he's about, the culture that he represents, how after the playoff games, when we won, he would go out to the bars and
Yeah.
celebrate with the fans, and he would be all about, the city of Cincinnati and representing the city. And I just feel like you do that same thing, right? The culture that he represents, you embody it really well. And it goes with Joe too. It's just it's fantastic to see as a fan, and it allows us to feel more connected to the player.
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure, man. It might be the Oklahoma coach, man. That's really that makes him that way. But no, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, it's cool. I feel like Zach lets you guys be you. That's
does.
the thing. I've heard that from a couple different players, and it's not to where you guys run him over or anything like that. You guys respect him and stuff, but I just think he really lets you guys be you. And one thing I want to ask you about this. By the way, how's Joe looking? Like, put this way, when he had the interception to Cam Taylor-Britt, and then he threw the 70-yard bomb to Jamar Chase in OTAs. Look at that smile. Look at that smile. See, Orlando knows where I'm going, dude. Joe's cooking already. In my opinion, like he wasn't doing that in OTAs before. What's your feeling on this offense and how quickly we can take off, or are we on the same level we were last year at the end of the season?
Yeah, no, man, I definitely think we picked up where we left off. But at this point in time last year compared to years past, we're much better than where we've been during my course of my time here. Just seeing how much better Joe is, how much more comfortable T and Jamar are within our system. Having a guy like Mike Gesicki back, Chase Brown's really developed into somewhat of a household name. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised this year if he was a Pro Bowl, All Pro running back. So, man, I think it's we're in a really good spot, and we've got a very seasoned room. We've got our center and quarterback have been together. I think this is their 4th season together.
I think so. Yeah.
You've got me and Mims at tackle working together for another 2 years. This is my 3rd year here. Yeah, man, I think it's, guys like Jermaine Burton, Yoshi, man, Isaiah. Like we got guys you guys haven't even heard about yet that are going to come out on Sundays. And
you got some dogs, baby.
We do. We got some tough hombres. So, I really look forward to what we're able to put on tape come Sundays.
Well, Orlando, dude, I appreciate the hell out of this. I know we've been trying to connect here for the last couple of years. Do you got any parting words for Who Dey Nation? Words to inspire us or anything before you take off to your to enjoy the rest of your summer?
Yeah, no, man. Let's just let's go out here and have a great season. Let's go win this Super Bowl.
Hell yeah, dude.
Let's do it. Yeah. Let's do it, baby. Who
Give it up for Bengals left tackle Orlando Brown. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you guys, man.
Take it easy. See you.
Of course.
See you.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, dude, that was awesome. Hey, the one story I wanted to tell him that when he got signed, I think everybody felt this way. They looked down at their phones, they're like, Orlando Brown Jr., okay, where is he going? Yeah, where is he going? And then you see Cincinnati, you're like, holy shit. Mm-hmm. I ran downstairs, man. It was like 10 o'clock at night. Ran downstairs, opened a space, and within seconds, there was 200 plus people in that space wanting to talk about this signing. That was such a huge moment for Cincinnati.
You opened a space, and I went live on YouTube probably about the same time. I was sitting over there like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. I couldn't believe it. I did not think that was going to happen. So that was awesome. So
it's a blessing. And I loved what he said about he wants to be in Cincinnati for his career. Yes, that's a career guy. He represents us the right way. He's so entrenched in the Zach Taylor culture. Man, he's playing his best football right now, and I would venture to say this season may be his best one yet.
He stays healthy. He's getting that Pro Bowl again this year. I think he would have got it last year if he could have stayed healthy. We're
gonna get Pro Bowl. We're gonna get All Pro. We're gonna get all century, and then we're gonna get Super Bowl.
We're gonna get that Lombardi, baby.
That's right. Or all decade.
There you go. All the above.
That's right.
All right, game on. I appreciate you. Hey, tell everybody where they can follow you, what you got going on, or anything you want to plug before I let you go, brother.
Yeah, at Game On J Money on Twitter, or Game On 513 if you type into the search. I also run Spaces. It's that purple line at the top. Click on it sometime. I run Spaces in the mornings at 8 a.m. or at night around 5 p.m. on my way home from work. We talk all things Bengals and just the latest, right? Like most recently, the stadium deal is done.
Yeah, it's done,
What
baby.
a beautiful moment for this city. So tune in sometime. It's a great time. Get a lot of opinions, and perspective is great.
Exactly. Game on. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for joining.
Who day, baby. This was awesome. Appreciate you.
See you, dude. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. I'm so happy if I got Orlando Brown on here. Like I said, I've been working on that one since, I said, literally 3 years. It's been taking me long to get him on here. So my thanks to Orlando Brown for joining. My thanks for you guys for joining. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Share this out. Tell all your friends and neighbors about Sports with Strawberry Ice. I've been live streaming on ZTV, YouTube, Facebook, X, Twitch. You can follow me on all those on Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. I will be pulling sound off later on tonight, or later on this afternoon. Put it on the podcast so you check it out. It's on Beanpod, Apple iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Please make sure you rate, like, and review. Leave a comment and a 5-star review so more Cincinnati fans find my podcast. Shout out to, of course, my sponsors of the show. They are as followed: Priority Lawn and Landscaping. Like I said, it's hot as hell. You don't want to cut your grass. You don't want to do any mulching or any landscaping stuff. Don't. Let Priority Lawn and Landscaping do it. Give them a call, 513-430-6114. That's 513-430-6114. When you call Johnny, tell him you heard about him from Sports with Strawberry Ice. Also, the show is brought to you by T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And, of course, Meyer Window, Doors, and more. Their website is MeyerCincinnati.com. Like I always say, I got them in my house. I highly recommend you get them in your house. They're energy efficient, easy to clean, great-looking windows. Meyer Window, Door, and more. And, of course, my favorite brewery, Moorline Lager House, right there on the banks. Go down there on Thursdays. They got Rockin' on the Roebling. We got some cool bands down there. You can drink some delicious Moorline beer. We will be doing some stuff there again this football season. So stay tuned for details for that. But between now and then, get on down to Moorline Lager House, drink some delicious beer, eat some delicious food, and enjoy yourself. All right, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. My thanks to Orlando Brown for joining. It's Friday, baby. Go enjoy the weekend. Put some sunscreen on, drink lots of water, stay hydrated. We're getting closer and closer to football season. The Bengals take on the San Diego Padres tonight. I almost messed up because I was thinking San Diego Chargers, but they're LA Chargers. The Padres are still in San Diego. But make sure you check them out tonight. They're in this race. And for the wild card, we got Martinez pitching tonight. Big series coming up. There's a big stretch of games for the Cincinnati Reds. Need to win series. Need to stay in this race. And I think they can. Austin Hayes, I think, is coming back. He might be coming back this weekend. Hunter Green supposedly long tossing, either at the stadium or out in Arizona. I'm not sure which. So we got to get Hunter Green back. But exciting season for the Reds. And Bengals start in about a month. As always, Who Day for life. And that's your sports, baby. See ya! Another great show. You guys still here? The show's over. You can come back tomorrow. I'm out of here. See ya.